This man is being suspended from a speeding train as it prepares to steal $1 billion worth of gold bars from the next compartment in 10 minutes. He enters a series of codes accurately and manages to open the door of the compartment. The two guards just reacted and were easily defeated by him. Then he quickly came to the safe, took out an electric drill, drilled a small hole in the vault door and inserted a miniature camera into the hole. He carefully turned the knob while observing the internal structure of the combination lock. Soon, he managed to open the door of the vault and a carton of gold bars came into view. However, there was no time for him to be happy now, as there were only 4 minutes left before the retreat time. Once the time is up, the train's satellite surveillance system will be reactivated. At this point, the accomplice extends the slide, and it transfers the gold bars to the next train. Just as they were excitedly moving the gold bars, suddenly one of the guests opened the door and saw the scene and hurriedly raised his gun ready to shoot. But the next second, he was shot dead. Fortunately, his accomplice shot in time and they escaped. Suddenly, an obstacle appeared between the two tracks and the slide was broken. In a hurry, they could only start transferring the gold bars manually. He tried his best to keep handing the gold bars to his partner. There were only 10 seconds left, and the two trains were about to reach the junction. He hurriedly picked up the last piece of gold bar stuffed into his pocket, and then jumped with all his might. In this way, the gold bars worth $1 billion were unknowingly gotten their hands on. Afterwards, they went to a secluded place to celebrate and look forward to a rich life in the future. However, suddenly there was a gunshot, and Spider shot at his companions. It turned out that he wanted to take all the gold bars for himself. Then a group of masked men rushed out and started shooting at Charlie. At the critical moment, they quickly got into the car and tried to escape, but they didn't expect to be hit by the truck and fly into the glacier in the next second. Immediately after that, Spider copied a bazooka and fired it towards the cart in the glacier. Looking at the burning fire on the river, the Spider was satisfied to leave. What he didn't know was that several people in the car had swum out long before the explosion and vowed to seek revenge on Spider and reclaim their share of the gold bars. Shortly afterward, they find a female hacker and successfully track down Spider's hideout. But when they arrived at the Spider's place, they found that the Spider had already lived in a big castle, and there were countless guards inside 24 hours. In this situation, not to mention getting back the gold bar, even want to see the Spider is difficult. So a few people after discussion decided to use the most simple and violent way. They found a garage and bought a modified steel car from the owner, then directly drove the car toward the Spider's castle Rushton. In the face of the guards of the attack, the steel car is not the slightest bit in fear. Tens of millions of luxury cars in front of him can only become slack. After successfully breaking into the Spider's room, Charlie only gave the Spider a sentence. That is, within 24 hours, we'll steal all the gold bars in the castle, and then went away. And after such a toss, the weak-minded Spider really fell for the plan and began to plan to run away with the gold. In order to steal the gold bars, Charlie went to the garage and bought 3 mini cars. After a beating by the garage boss, even if it is loaded with tons of gold bars, it runs just as fast as lightning. They then found a map of the sea road layout, and after a round of analysis, they chose a road and installed bombs on the road above as well as the tunnel below respectively. An armored car loaded with gold drove out of the castle, with the female hacker following close behind. When they reached the intersection, the hacker quickly turned off the traffic light system, and a car accident occurred in front of them, blocking the armored car's path. The hacker then turns on the green light to turn right, allowing the car to enter the trap they've set up in advance. Charlie, under the tunnel, receives the signal and immediately presses the remote control. However, the armored car just dropped into the tunnel, and Spider, sitting in the helicopter, couldn't help but laugh because the car didn't have any gold bars at all. What he doesn't know yet is that Charlie saw through his trick long ago. It turns out that when the female hacker was tracking the armored car, she noticed that the car's tires were at an abnormal height, and after computer calculations, she found that the car was empty. Therefore, Charlie decided to trick the Spider, who let down his guard before letting the car loaded with real gold bars depart. Afterwards, Charlie hurriedly drove to another tunnel. When the armored car passed by the designated place, they quickly pressed the bomb remote control and blew up the car door, and the gold bars appeared in front of their eyes again. Then, they quickly transfer the gold to their car and drive away. When Spider realized that the gold bars had been snatched, he sends several motorcyclists to chase after them. The men drive the car into a garage and turn around, then come back out. Just as the motorcyclists are catching up, Charlie leads them to a harbor, but the Spider suddenly stops them in their tracks. When Spider opens the trunk, he finds that all the gold bars have disappeared. As the Spiders are gunning for Charlie, someone quickly presses the remote control and the bikers are instantly killed. Charlie takes the opportunity to grab the pistol and sends it away with a single shot. Now the revenge is avenged, but where did the gold bar go? They then drove the car back to the garage and arrived at a river after swapping 3 identical bikes. The team starts to get emotional and ask where the gold bars went, but Charlie nonchalantly pops the ball cap on the car, and the gold hidden under the paintwork is instantly revealed.